So hello guys, welcome to another video. This is a very special video because I have a podcast with the co-founder of RoboQuant himself, Mr. Tim Hutter. And if you don't know what RoboQuant is, I'll leave the links to my previous videos somewhere around here or in the description. So make sure to subscribe and let's get started. So hi Tim. Welcome to the podcast. Today we will be discussing the future of AI and the future of the AI in matter of trading. So how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm excited for this conversation.
All right. So before we start, Tim, tell me more about your journey, how RoboQuant started, and how your entire journey basically.
So I started out, well, before trading, I did some e-commerce stuff, but that's not interesting. So eventually I got into trading, more crypto trading, and then I got into prop firms were coming around and it seemed very interesting. And I realized that my main issue is my psychology. I'm like very emotional. And I heard before there's a way you can run trading bots. And I was looking for trading bots, and if you can imagine what happened. It was profitable for a few days and then blew the account. So I realized, okay, this one didn't work, but if I can lose so much money so fast, it means I should also be able to make so much money so fast. I just need a better strategy. That's how I got into building algorithms, but I'm not a coder. So I was looking for coders to code my strategies. I did this for a while, and it's just a very difficult process, because they don't understand anything about trading and you don't understand anything about coding. At the end, you just get some bot and you hope it does what it should. And it's also quite expensive. That's how I started. And I always wanted to have like a software that allows me to build my own bots without having to code. So this is the whole background of the idea. And then, yeah, that's exactly what we built. That's RoboQuant. It allows anyone with zero coding skills to automate any trading strategy. It's my introduction.
Right. Okay. So let me just tell you more about myself as well. So I started trading, and I have had this exact problem, the backtesting one, and I also do not know how to code. And I was thinking about this that maybe I should learn coding, but it's just so time consuming, and even after learning it, it's not guaranteed that I would be able to code within I'd say about 6 to 7 months. It takes that much time to learn and practice and to be perfect at it. And because with coding you can't be it has to be perfect. Even if there's like one apostrophe somewhere incorrectly placed, then the entire code just doesn't work, right? And I just didn't have that much time to give on coding. So I focused on just learning trading, and I was manually basically backtesting all my charts and all my strategies, right? And it's been I think it's been very time consuming backtesting basically. Yeah, and I was using ChatGPT a lot, and it doesn't help at all. It just never, it confuses me more basically. So I think this is for all the people, all the traders who do not know how to code and want to backtest their strategy in a very quick way. So I think that's very useful. All right, let me just directly jump into this. Tim, do you think AI is going to replace manual traders? Like the algorithm trading is going to replace the manual traders?
I'm sure there's always going to be a place for manual traders. There's some people that perform really well, and others, they just want to do it, they enjoy it, and they're just going to end up being the liquidity because there's some ego behind it. Many people, they want to make it themselves. They are proud if they have a winning trade and stuff. They don't see it more like as a systematic approach, but more as something they mastered and they want to be proud of because they are performing better than others. So there's always going to be manual traders, but the stats, I think they will never change. So most manual traders, they simply fail for good reasons. And of course, more and more people are using AI to help them either build algorithms or even trade on their behalf. So it's going to play a big role in the future.
Right. And even I personally don't think that AI is going to completely replace the manual traders because about the market experience, right? So I do think that traders are going to the traders who do not use data and the do not use basically the softwares correctly are going to have a huge problem. But because it gives you like an edge basically over the retail traders, right, who are not using data or who are not using backtested results. So I think that is going to be a issue. Okay.
Mhm.
So Tim, before RoboQuant, what was your trading journey like, and did you always plan to start something like RoboQuant?
So before RoboQuant, I was just trading crypto, and because it's kind of boring, I want to start day trading. I did this with prop firms, and I, at some point I developed like a prop firm passing bot, and I had this prop firm passing service. So it was quite a big business.
Right.
But I knew it's not going to be long term, and I never thought we're going to build such a powerful tool.
Okay.
So I have to, like, I'm kind of blown away now looking back how fast we have built this and how amazing this is. I had this idea very early, and I always talk to Gabriel. I say, bro, can you not build something like this? This would be an absolute game changer. And we just started, and
Right.
we did it.
Right. That actually brings me to the next question. I was gonna ask that what was the main issue or the main problem that you guys saw during your trading journey or in the trading industry in general, and that made you think that okay, this needs to be solved.
Well, it's basically two problems. Problem number one, most traders they cannot code. So you need a tool to help you. And obviously, when AI came around, this was like my first thought. This would be, in my opinion, the best possible use case. And of course, I tried with ChatGPT and all this stuff, and I was amazed by how fast it sends you code, but also was disappointed every time when it didn't
Yeah.
compile. So this was problem number one. And the other issue is simply the emotions. Humans are emotional creatures, so it
Yeah.
is in our nature. So the most logical approach then to prevent emotions, for the most part, is using automation.
Was RoboCon built more for manual traders, or was it built for people who already know coding, or they have some degree of knowledge in coding, or was it just like purely for beginners? And where are we now? Where do we stand now? Right.
That's a very good question, because this was also an issue. When you build something like this and you're a nerd, like with all this technical stuff, it happens that you have like this tunnel vision, and you start believing that everyone knows all the stuff that you know. They also know it, but they don't. So at the beginning, it was more for people that already they had experience and just needed a tool that makes it easier than other tools that we're using. But then over time, we saw the potential is much bigger, like to um, when we have a tool that is easy to use, so even manual traders that have never used any automation, even they can use it
Right.
like straight away. This was the goal.
Yeah. So even I think even the experienced traders, right? Even they would have in the beginning they would have some problems trying to just get their idea onto like a piece of paper and just explain their trading idea to the RoboCon chatbot, right, or any chatbot for that matter. So I think it's a struggle for both beginners and for advanced traders, because they think that they are advanced, like they think that oh, they have the experience, they have they have some consistency over time. But if they cannot explain their strategy to a chatbot, then maybe they need more clarity about their strategy, even if they are making money off of the strategy. So I think that,
Absolutely.
yeah, I think they need to know how to convert their ideas into like a code properly.
Absolutely. That's kind of an art doing this. And I met many traders along the way, people that like they've been doing this for years and they struggle for a long time, but eventually they found like a system that works, and they had amazing months, like they were just killing it. But still, these emotions, you just need you can perform well for 30 days, and all it takes to bring you back to square one is just one bad session.
Yep.
So they came to me and said, hey, like, I have something that works, but how can I automate this? And they already tried with coders and stuff, never got what they really wanted. So we thought this is just the best approach, making it, yeah, just possible for everyone to automate their strategy. Not doesn't
Right.
matter if they have experience with algo trading or just getting started.
The next question is from the manual trader's perspective, right? If someone says I trade breakouts or I trade support resistance, why is that not enough for backtesting? From for a backtesting point of view, why is that not enough?
I love this question. Maybe this person has a very specific way of drawing their support and resistance, but everyone who's watching this, you can try the following. You go to a chart, you close your eyes, and you just put a line or a rectangle or a box somewhere. You open your eyes, and you will see it looks like the perfect support or resistance level. It's
Yeah.
completely random. You
Yeah.
need to have very specific conditions.
Right. Okay. As a manual trader, I've realized that a lot of my edge has been visual during the past few years, and I think that is something that it's difficult to explain because like I'm as you said, like, if you just draw it randomly somewhere, it will act like a support resistance perfectly, and I think that is where the manual trader bias comes in play, because we look at the chart visually and we think, okay, this works, but we can't explain it, because if it's not explainable, it can't be repeated multiple times, and if it can't be repeated, then it's not a strategy, then you're just randomly trading.
But very important here, like the or the manual traders, they have something like the discretion. It can be very, very powerful. That's something a bot doesn't have. It is theoretically possible with AI and all this stuff, but when you compare a manual trader purely trading based on discretion to a mechanical trading system, both have their advantages and disadvantages. And the combination of these two is probably the most powerful. If you have a semi-automated system, stuff that is mechanical, you just automate it, so you don't have to make decisions there. But then you, as a manual trader, with your discretion, with your years of experience, you then make the final decision if this signal is valid or not. That's also a very powerful combination.
Yeah, I agree. All right. This is sort of like from your perspective, I just want to know what you think about manual trading. Do you think most manual traders actually have a strategy, or do they just have like an idea that sounds like a strategy?
So the vast majority of manual traders, they don't have a strategy. They are trading concepts, and they apply these concepts rather discretional. So sometimes let's take an SMT. Sometimes an SMT divergence, how they call it, is a confluence, and sometimes when it's missing, oh, then it doesn't matter. So it's kind of random, but of course it can work. Like if you have enough chart time, you will develop some kind of gut feeling that you cannot put it into words, but you have this feeling. Not that it's always right, but you can be profitable if you can control your emotions, and you have more like a gambling style approach, but you don't exceed certain risk parameters. You can absolutely be successful, but it's very stressful, you know.
Yeah.
So, and if you have a strategy that is very, very defined and you're trading manually, then why are you doing it manually? If it's so clear, so rule-based, why wouldn't you not automate it? Makes no sense.
Exactly. I think that is what most people get wrong. It's because they think that it's either manual trading or algo trading, but you can use both of them. No one's stopping you. If you have a strategy that you can just code it, if it's like a pyramiding strategy, or if it's something from the Mark Minervini books, right? The way he uses pyramiding. If you can just code that, and you can still do the gut feeling trading that you said, right? Because we can't explain it. You trade it. For example, I trade in Euro USD, so I have a specific time frame that I trade only in London session. So I exactly know how Euro USD is going to perform based on Tokyo session results or based on previous day's results. I know how it's going to perform. I can't put it into words, so I can't code that. But I do have a gold strategy which can be coded because it's completely, rule based. So it's not a feeling based. It's completely rule based. So I think that is what most people get wrong. All right. Now the algo trading section. Uh, what do you think is the biggest misconception that people have about algo trading?
Oh, that's a hard question. So probably most people, they see it in a completely wrong way. Well, there's multiple things. So that's just based on the questions that I get oftentimes. So people that have no experience with algo trading, they think that a bot has like his own brain, and makes some decisions based on whatever machine learning. I don't know. It's not like this. An algorithm is something mechanical. It's rule based. So that's for one, or that people think an algorithm is automatically an AI, or if you make an algorithm with an AI, then the AI makes decisions. Completely wrong. It's just an automated strategy.
Right. That brings me to my next question. That would you say that automating a bad strategy, or even a strategy that doesn't have that many uh, risk management parameters, would just make you lose money faster if you just automated the strategy?
You mean faster than trading it manually,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, trading, but compared to manual trading.
no? If you automate it, you're going to lose less because let's say you're trading manually, and your strategy sucks. You have long losing streaks. With the longer the losing streak continues, the higher the stress level, and the higher the chance you're just gonna lose your mind and blow it. The algo, if the strategy is not profitable, of course, eventually it's you're gonna lose the account, but it's gonna take longer because it doesn't make any emotional decisions.
Right. So, what do you think is the difference between a real backtesting tool and a random signal bot? Like, for example, if you bought like an algo bot, which gives you signals based on someone else's strategy or whatever, and the difference between that and a real backtested tool that you have backtested based on your own strategy.
Yeah, so of course, many of these tools are being sold, or let's say signal bots, signal indicators, and stuff. And of course, in the marketing, they will only show the winning trades, preferably if there's two or three winners in a row. But they don't turn this into a strategy, because if they would, then people would see that actually it doesn't perform as well when you also take all the losing trades. So you just when you automate it and you actually backtest it, then you have the real results, and oftentimes they're not as exciting. But at least it's the reality. So the question is, do you prefer an ugly truth or a beautiful lie?
Okay. All right. That sounds very poetic. So, all right. So basically, all in all, I think AI AI chatbot should be used like it shouldn't be used like a signal provider that it's not going to give you like a strategy or something. You should treat it like a research assistant, basically. Like you just use it to find out if there are any problems in your strategy or if there is any gap that needs to be filled. Alright, so this was just the first part, and in the second part, we will be discussing these topics further from a beginner's point of view. So, thank you for watching, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.